Hey, shalom. Welcome back. We are continuing with our directed Hebrew immersion, listen and learn, or visually cued Hebrew of the book of Shemot, that's Exodus 29. And this lesson we will be starting with verse 35. All right, let's get started. Just realize like a nice highlighter we can use. I think this will be nice. Let's try. There we go. Hmm. There, I think that's better. So let's go ahead and scan Exodus 29, verse 35 in the Hebrew. ועשית לAharon ulvanaiv kakha ככל אשר ziviti otakhah shivat yamim temalei yadam. All right. So the first word, ve'asita, the verb is ayin, sin, hey, and the hey has gone away. The ta at the end means you. Ve'asita generally means made, you. But we have our vav conversive, which is going to change things up a bit. So I'm trying to get the zoom going nicely and make it into ve'asita. So you shall make, you shall do, lAharon, for Aaron or to Aaron, and le, two or four, vanaiv. So that's banim. We drop the mem and put a suffix on the end, the vav meaning him, and for or to his sons. Kakha. Kakha means thusly, like in such a manner. So ve'asita lAharon ulvanaiv kakha, suchly. Kechol, according to or as, chol, kaf lamed, as all, asher, which, ziviti, commanded I. And here it's a piel. I've got it labeled with a little dot there. From, if you can't remember this word, it's related to mitzvah, right? Mitzvah, commandment. Not a good deed, like many American Jews will say. It's a mitzvah, it's a good deed. No, mitzvah means commandment. Otakhah. Now, usually we would have this as otakhah. What's happening here is you see that little wishbone, or if you're just listening, you can imagine there's a wishbone under the tav, signifying that this is the end of the clause, right? So the clause, not Santa Claus, the clause is ve'asita lAharon ulvanaiv, you shall do to Aaron and to his sons, kakha, according to, or like thusly, kechol, as all, asher tziviti, as I commanded, that which I commanded. And then instead of otakhah, the Masoretes had it memorized as otakhah, right? Those little extra oomphs help people as memorization pegs in memorizing in memorizing the verse. So otakhah, it's just otakhah, like we usually would have. Of course, we do have the more ancient spelling for cha here. If you're just listening, it's kaf, hey. And why is that hey there? Well, that's fine. It's just in ancient times, the hey at the end of the word, that's how you made an ah sound, right? So it sometimes was more prevalent in older texts. Continuing, shivat yamim. So this is shivat, 7 of, it's in the construct, 7 of yamim, days. temalei, another PL form, although I didn't colorize it. The tav at the beginning is atah, you. Malei, shall fill up, you shall fill up. Yadam, the hands of them. Okay. Again, this means ordain. You shall ordain them for 7 days. Oh man. Come on, equipment. Work right, work right. Let's go, let's go. Hey, and there. Now you can zoom out. I just want it to fit on there. Okay. 7 days you shall fill up the hand of them, their hands. Any comments or questions? Even Ezra comments here that now we know this special ordination procedure for installing Aharon, ulvanaiv, and his sons took 7 days. Right? We know the time, definitely 7 days now. Nachmanides has an interesting observation here that in all these 7 days, Moshe Rabbeinu himself is setting up the tent, doing all the stuff related to the offerings, taking down the tent in the evening. Every day for 7 days, he's doing it all himself because he's the only one at that moment authorized as he's leading the others. He's doing the ordaining process. And then finally, on the 8th day, Nachmanides shares that Moshe turns it over to Aharon and his sons, that they are now the priesthood. It's kind of interesting. I can't remember which of Dr. Michael Heiser's books, may he rest in peace, may his name be for a pleasant memory, blessing, that he comments, it might be, I dare you to bore me. I dare you not to bore me with the Bible. What a character he was. But he points out that he thinks Hashem's original intent was for Moshe to be a priest king, a king and a priest, both, like all in one, all through Moshe. And then it would have been Gershom, etc. It would have been Moshe's line that actually were the priest kings, that all was intended to be in one office. But because of Moshe's unwillingness, because he's like, no, please send somebody else, or how am I going to speak to the Pharaoh? I can barely talk to you now, etc. I'm sure you remember all of the trouble that happened at the burning bush. When Hashem says, fine, you have a brother, right? so like this was not the original plan, but because Moshe was unwilling to go all in at that time, we end up with kind of a split power structure, so that we have a king and we have the priests, and we can kind of see how this wreaks havoc on Israel in the future. Like we've been reading on in First Kings, the evils of Yarovam. So, and of course, this has been resolved with the Seder Melchizedek, the order of Melchizedek. Sorry about my voice. Let's have some tea here. All right. Let's read through one more time. Do your best to translate before I do. All right? The verb again is la'asa. Ayin, seen, hey. And I want to mark that. I'd like that note to be there for you. It's taking its time drawing. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the root is actually in, excuse me, hard to say the irons with this, the sickness. Iron, seen, hey, and the hey went away. And all the verbs that end in hey, they follow this pattern. So the verb ra'a, resh, aleph, hey, to see. If I want to say you saw, I say ra'ito, just like this, just like the al saw. Okay. Or you turn from pane, pay, noon, hey, panito, etc. Right? So ve, ra'asita, then you shall do lAharon to Aaron, ulvanaiv. It's because of the bump schwa rule, and for the sons of him, and this might be new. This is rarer. Kakha. It's literally. It's probably composed from kaf, meaning as, and cha, thus. So thusly, or such a way, kechol, like all, or as like, as all, asher, which ziviti. Again, this is another verb that ends in a hey, even though it's a piel form here. So ziviti, commanded I, otakhah, just like otakhah, but it's got the extra oomph from the etnachta accent mark there. Shivat yamim, 7 days. Temalei, you shall fill up yadam, the hands of them. And this is an idiom for not coronate, what you do with priests, ordination. You shall ordain them. All right. Let's read through one more time, without the sounds, and see how you do, and then maybe one more time fast after that. Ve'asita lAharon ulvanaiv kakha kechol asher ziviti otakhah shivat yamim temalei yadam. How'd you guys do? Any comments or questions? Did you get it all? If you got it all and you're a visual learner, maybe try to do it just auditorily and see how you do. ועשית לאהרון ולבניו kakha ככל אשר ציוויתי otakhah 7 yamim temalei yadam. And I think I'm going to end the lesson here. We got another one coming up instead of trying to load it up with the next verse, which is bigger. All right. So I will see you guys over there. Shalom, shalom.